Hi there. Well, we've got these quite nice. It's quite a nice lounge in our lounge room, and it's got a motor-driven footrest. And my daughter likes to come along and use this one, just on this end, and she pushed the button and the footrest came out, but then it wouldn't go back in again. So it's a bit unfortunate. It was stuck with the footrest out. We checked, not under warranty anymore, and they do a courtesy visit to tell us what's wrong, but of course that they're going to charge us for whatever they do to fix it. So I climbed underneath and found this mess here. So this is the motor, and it hooks in via a worm to this worm wheel, and just by spinning that, there's a nut here, and that feeds this arm in and out from this tube. Now inside of that tube is this strip. It just slides in to, there's a little slit here, slides in there, and there's two micro switches, one on each end, and as it drives along, obviously, this is to prevent over travel. And it wasn't driving in. So here's this would be the switch that would come in, and these are supposed to be normally closed. So there's 3 pins. We're only using 2 of them. They've clipped one off, and there's a pin here, or foot here and here, and there's a diode inside of these, just set up so that there's a diode in these, just set up so it doesn't short circuit at any time. The diode's a one-way valve, effectively. And I discovered that this switch, which would be the one that goes in with this at the bottom, goes in with that at the bottom, and the arm comes out of here to push it open. This switch here is open circuit, and it should be closed circuit. So that would explain the behaviour. So I went online and found this switch for $5.35 with my trade discount from our local J-Car store. And as you can see, that's pretty well the same switch. So it's got this lever on it, but I'll just get rid of that lever, and then I'll desolder this, solder this one on, reassemble that, and hopefully I have a working footrest again. It makes sense because this is definitely supposed to be closed circuit. It's on the switch, you won't be able to see, but there's written NONC, normally open, normally closed, and on both these switches, and it's soldered to the normally closed. I don't know whether you can see it, but anyway, yes, zoomed in, you can see here it's normally closed, that's normally open, and that's common. So it should be connected, and it's not. So hopefully it was a pain to get out, and it'll be easy to get back in. But as far as I can tell, I pinned out the plug here and the one that it mates into, and I could see switching happening when we push the buttons. So I'm pretty sure both the buttons are right. And it just does make sense that if this switch is open circuit, which tested on my multimeter, it is open circuit, it would not drive that way. So I'll cut this tab off and go into my electrical workshop, which is a bit of a mess. This is a bit of a mess too, but it's a mess because of the job I'm doing. So I will go to electrical workshop and desolder this one, clip off this middle pin and solder this on after getting rid of this. You'll have to take my word for it, but that's the other switch. Actually, you can see that switch has got, that switch has kind of got the button on it, and this one's just that little pin, but I reckon it's near enough. And that little bit of black heat shrink that's here is because that wire was bent around the end of this in such a way that it had actually split the insulation. You can see there's a bit of a mark on there as well, but that was actually open. You can see bare wire. So now we have that, we can put it all together. And in case you're wondering, I reverse the screw. Is that? Yeah. You're all the same. You put the screw in and you turn it the opposite way until you feel it click. And then you go in and then it picks up the old thread. Otherwise you end up cross-threading it. It's in a bit too far, but we'll just have to drive it the right way to start with. So let's see if I can lift that lounge out of position by myself. I should be able to, and plug it in and see if it's fixed. Be nice if it was. Well, here's the motor and linear actuator back in, and it's all just 2 pins to put it back in, and miracle of miracles, it opens and it closes. So that was a $5.35 switch. I have a sneaking suspicion it cost me more $5.35 to get someone else to fix that. It was a bit of a moral. I would like to say that it all just plugged in and worked. I didn't have it quite assembled right, and when I did it I ended up pulling their terminals off 2 wires and soldering them. But apart from that annoyance, it's all working as it should. I'll be curious to see. We just have to be careful. Is that switch that I put in there going to trigger at the same place? Is it actually going to trigger? There's a little plate in there that triggers it, and it should, but let's not try too hard to find out. Anyway, quick little salvage job there. We'll see how long this lasts.